Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel Kailihle. My name is Yolanda Njapa and today's video is actually a continuation from the previous video that we had where we were doing a vlog and an installation. I just want to break down exactly what happened behind the scenes because it's all nice to look at the before and after and not understand what exactly it took to get there. So today we're going to be discussing that. I'm also going to be giving you tips on how to what to consider more than anything when you want to use the services of an interior designer or a decorator. Now, before I get into that, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video to get videos more like this. Who knows, we might also vlog our next installation. Now, so I'm just going to speak on my experience. Obviously, from decorator to decorator or designer to designer, they do things slightly differently. This is just how I do it. And this is how I did it for this particular client as well. So the first step I would think is to actually identify the kind of designers or decorators you want to work with. So what would help you there is for you to do your research, see whose style you are more inclined to, but more importantly also define your style. I've done I've done a video about this before of just defining your own personal style and see if the decorator or the designer you have in mind does embody that kind of style as well. You want to look at the designer's previous work. You want to look at whatever offering that they have out, almost like their portfolio, to say that it does align with what you have in mind? Or do you look at the designer's previous work and be like, that home I could live in or that room I could live in? That's the first thing you want to do. Now, what helps me, and I know this is going to be a bit controversial, what helps me, I follow a lot of interior designers on my social media. And what I do from them is that I got a lot of inspiration from them. But another thing that I do as well, some of their styles are the exact opposite of mine. So what I do is that I look at their work, especially if I'm looking for some kind of inspiration. I look at their work with a very critical eye, and by doing so I then tick off, like, would I see myself putting this look together in my own space or for a client? Now I'll give you an example. There's a certain designer that I follow. I won't mention any names. There's a certain designer that I follow. She's a young and upcoming South African designer, but I feel as if her work is always such a beautiful mess. In my opinion, please don't get me wrong. She does her thing and stuff, but I feel as if compared to the kind of style that I have, my style is more breathable and clean and simple, and just a couple of statement pieces here and there. Whereas with her, I feel as if she puts like so many statement pieces in one space. And I don't know, maybe it's the memo that she gets from her clients. But for me, I always look at her work and be like, that is nice, but I would take out this, and that, and I'll just leave it like that. And that really helps me, I think, in terms of designing, because it gives me then a clue to see what other people are doing. And then there's somebody else that I follow, right? And this particular person, I always feel as if his work is always short. It's always short. Like, I feel as if, he gets the bases right, but I feel as if that corner needs a flower, or or we need a bigger painting for that corner. So I love his work, but there definitely be some add-on. So maybe that's the eye that you need to look into. That's the kind of eye, sorry, that you need to look into when you choose a designer or a decorator to work with. You should definitely be more critical of what they are doing. Now, there is a big difference between a designer and a personal shopper. And you need to also, this is number 2, by the way, sorry. This is number 2. So you need to be sure as to what kind of service you're looking for. Do you have the design that you want for a room or a space in mind already, and you just want somebody who's going to go out there and get this together for you? So you need to also establish that. Unfortunately, I don't do personal shopping unless it's part of the actual design. But maybe contact other designers and see if they do have that facility available. And sometimes not even a designer. Sometimes it's a manufacturing person or a carpenter that you might need to contact, just to say, okay, I have this look that I want for this room, and I just need this personalized in this color or this size. Sometimes you don't even need the services of a designer. You just need to contact somebody who can customize things for you. So you definitely want to separate those two. You must know exactly what kind of outcome do you want from this relationship with the decorator or a designer. Now, the third and last one is probably the most important one. Have your budgets in place. Know exactly how much you're willing to spend on a particular project. And also keep in mind that the person that's going to be putting the project together for you will be charging you as well. Will be charging you. So just keep that in mind as well, and keep it in mind that it is a service, and something as simple as getting cushions for your sofa is something that's going to be charged. So just keep in mind that you need a budget, and you need to discuss your budgets with your designer beforehand. Now, back to the project that we were busy with. So this particular project was quite easy to fulfill, because firstly, the client I was working with was amazing. Sis Lulu was like out of this world. She knew exactly what she wanted, knew what she didn't want, so she made my job quite easy as well. In the beginning, what we did is that I sent her, or in the beginning of the relationship, we actually got together. She paid a call out fee, and she also did an appointment, so to speak, where I went to the property and checked it out, and then she told me everything that she wanted. I asked the relevant questions. Of course, you need to ask, which is why before, if you want to work with us, before we actually get to the designing process, we need to know more about you, more about the space. So on Kylie, we have a section on our website where it's an interior design questionnaire. You fill that in. That gives us more or less of an idea of what exactly you are expecting from us, and that's what we work on. So after this particular client had completed that questionnaire, I got in touch with her and we organized a call out. We do that at a fee, of course, and yeah, we took it from there. Got to the property, double checked on all the notes that I had made. And I'm telling you now, it's not as easy as just filling in a form and then, somebody coming out with the design for you. When we meet in person, you get to know the person much better. You get to get a fuller understanding of what their needs are. So like on paper, somebody would say, I'm looking for something simple. My simple and your simple are not the same. So we need to actually get into the nitty-gritties of what actually you need, and to see if we are on the same level of simplicity, should that be. Now, after the meeting, you get to the property, you take the relevant measurements, and what I do is that you can't look at a project from just the room that you're doing. You need to look at the project in its whole setting, so to speak. So you look at the kind of property it is. Is it a flat? Is it a standalone house? Is it in an estate? So you look at all of that and you try to bring that together, right? So that's what we did. I went, looked at all of that, took all of that into consideration, and from that I then drafted a proposal from things that we spoke about. Now, something that was definitely confirmed with this project from the get-go was that we are going to be using existing furniture. So we're going to be using the existing seating, we're going to be using the existing TV stand. We'll get to the TV stand in a bit because that's quite important when you are actually planning or discussing with an interior designer or decorator. Now, that was definitely something we need to take in account, so to speak, when I was doing the designing. So yeah, existing furniture, it was staying. We were just coming to do some add-ons here and there. And another thing as well, that my clients had a big wall that looked so empty. In fact, it was so empty, that's the first thing your eye was drawn to when you entered the room. This huge wall that looks empty. So we had to fix that, and we had to identify, okay, she's keeping the same seating, but she wants to liven it up a little bit. So we changed the cushions there as well. And for the big empty wall, we added 3D wallpaper. And because the wall was so big as well, I felt it was empty, and I also added a big plant as well in the corner, so that definitely helped. As well as, what else did we do? The TV was sitting on a TV stand. We thought, you know what, let's just put it on the wall so the wall doesn't feel as empty anymore. That worked. And yeah, her flooring as well. Her flooring is beautiful. She had porcelain tiles. We didn't want to lose too much of that, so we still kept the tiling. We just added a nice rug to kind of balance things. And if things have a good foundation, which is essentially what rugs and carpets do, they are almost like the glue of everything. And funny enough, the minute we added that rug, the place between the two chairs actually looked bigger. So so that's one of the things that we did. So there were things along the design process that we had to take out and put back in because of her style. She also had another place as you entered into the house that was also quite empty. I recommended, we had two options there. It was actually an option of having a console table, or a console table with a mirror, or a console table and an art piece, because she's also an avid art collector. In the end, we went with a mirror because there was no other mirror in the room, or close to the room. So and that place for me was quite functional as well. A console table, like I explained previously, is quite a functional piece of furniture that you can have in modern homes or in an entrance. So that's what we did. We added a console table and a mirror. Now, what did we want to put on the console table? We didn't know. I had first suggested some vases, because she gets flowers every now and again. So I thought this would be a nice place for you to put your flowers. And then she was like not feeling the vases. And then we swapped them out with some orchids, which worked absolutely well. And then we also had a tray on the console. That's where she'd put her keys, sunglasses, you know, as she dashes in and out of the house. So that also definitely worked. And yeah, that was our design process, and that's the kind of things that we discussed with the clients prior. What I want you to take note of is that it's constant communication with the client to see that we are actually on the right page, and we're on the right route. And in the end, I think everything came together quite well. My client was happy, I was happy, and yeah, this is a project that will be in continuation, because like I said, with the TV stand, it was too small for the area, and it made the seating as well as the television look a bit out of place. So we will be fixing that, because some of these things that we need to add, even though it's a simple room makeover, some of these things need to be customized. So those kind of things take time. So yeah, that's what we did. And what else? Could I be leaving anything else out? I think that's all you need to know about this makeover. And yeah, it sounds simple, but let me tell you something. When we're actually doing the work, and this is one thing about me, I get so nervous. At an installation. Hence why it's taken so long to even record this video, because I get so nervous. Because it's one thing to see things on a computer, or to see things live and think, okay, I'm going to put this here and this here. But when it has to be done, I get so nervous. I get terribly nervous. And you know, at the end, it's me having to make my clients happy, and my clients come first. You know, so I hope that helps. If you're looking for an interior designer, or if you're looking for for the services of a decorator. If you want us to help you with your space as well, no matter how big or small the project is, please go onto kylieshop.com and go onto the interior services tab, where you'll fill in a form, and that form will be directed to us, and we will get back to you to see how best we can help you. For now though, that's all, and see you next time in our next vlog. Bye.